Hey everyone, I wanted to make a quick video about the discussion questions. I'm still in the process of grading them for week one, but I've noticed a trend where a lot of you did not post the required number of posts, so you're losing points for that. Uh, and the reason for that is that the requirement is that you post 4 separate posts on 3 separate days. And if you don't, you're not going to get full credit because I'm grading the rest of the class who did the assignment as assigned and as instructed based on that. So if it would be unfair for me to give you full credit for quality of post, for spelling and grammar, when I'm holding everyone else to 4 separate posts on 3 separate days and grading that for spelling and grammar and that for quality of post, it would be unfair for me to give you full credit when you posted 2 posts or 3 posts or 1 post. So I want to go over this so there's no confusion. So the discussion requirements right here says both discussion questions or topics, whatever you want to call it, must be answered. So if we go down here, you see response 1, and it tells you what your discussion is asking of you. So for week 1, it said chapter 1 discusses thinking like a healthcare professional. In your own words, what does it mean to think like a healthcare professional? So you need to read this, understand what it's asking you, go back to your reading for the week to refresh your memory because you should have already read it, but just in case you forgot or you didn't read it, go back and look at that and then take what you've learned from your reading and tell me what that means. And if you're not on track, I will respond to you and try to get you back on track. And then you have your second response. And last week it was the history of healthcare. So you read that. You make sure you understand what it's asking of you. If you don't, contact me so that I can clarify it for you. But you must respond to both of the topics each week. Each week you'll have 2 topics, so you must respond to both. It's not an option to respond to one and not the other. You must respond to both. And you must read and respond to one of your fellow students or to me. But saying that, I don't want all 4 of your posts just to be to me, or your responses just to me. This is meant for you to discuss amongst the class with your fellow classmates to get a dialogue going about the topic and learn from each other as well. Your thoughts, your experiences, things like that. So I know I told some of you that I would accept your post to me as a post, but I'm to the point now where people are just posting to me and not to each other. So I'm going to take that out from here on out. I'm putting that out there right now, and I will put it out at this evening's Kaiser Live. You must respond to the 2 responses, then you must respond to 2 students. Now, if I ask you a question, I do expect you to go back and look it up and respond to me. If you do not, you will lose 2 points for each question that I've asked that you did not respond to for relevance to the topic. When I ask these questions, it's to get you to think outside the box, to start a dialogue. So, answer the 2 responses, answer 2 students. And then if I ask questions, respond to me. So if it means that you go over 4, that's not a bad thing. But as long as you have 4 posts, separate posts on 3 separate days. Now, with that, I'll even give you some examples. So for instance, Thursday, you answer discussion topic number 1. Friday, you answer discussion topic number 2. Saturday, you read and answered a student or my post. Sunday, you read and answered a student or my post. But again, I'm taking the instructor's post out of that. I'm only going to count the 2 responses to the topics and 2 responses to your fellow students. Does that mean you're exempt from answering my post? No. You still need to answer. It's just not going to count toward the 4 separate posts on 3 separate days. I'm doing this for a reason. The people are not posting as they should be, and the whole exercise is to get you talking amongst yourselves and not just with me. I know this information. I'm trying to get you to know this information. All right, so then you could also have another scenario might be Tuesday. You answer both discussion topics on Tuesday. Thursday, you answered a student, and Friday, you answered a student. There's your 3 separate days and your 4 separate posts. And now you have no post for the weekend unless you want to. So you're not restricted to just answering by Thursday. If you want to answer it earlier, please do. In fact, that is better for your fellow classmates who are trying to stay up to speed and answer all of the posts that they need to, and try to do it early so that they can do that, because you're all relying on each other to answer it, the posts, so that they can reply to you. So don't wait to the last minute. Number one, I try to read them on my day off, but it is my day off. So I will go on and I will see what's there. I will read them and I will ask you questions if you're off track. If you're on track, I will say, great job, whatever. So do not wait till the last minute. And then you could have, say, Wednesday, you answer discussion topic number 1. Thursday, you answered discussion topic number 2. Friday, you answered 2 students. I didn't put that, but it answered 2 students. That way you have 4 separate posts on 3 separate days. There. Now it says answered 2 students and instructor. So whatever combination works for you is great. But try to do it early so that other students aren't waiting on you to post so that they can do their work as well. I always, when I was in school, I always tried to do these discussion questions early so that I could concentrate on my written papers and my quiz and everything else that I had to do for the week later in the week. But whatever works for you, as long as it gets done early enough so that others can post to it, and I would say for Thursday at the latest, and then go from there. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, in-text citations and references. At minimum, you should be citing and referencing your textbook, since that's where you should be getting your information from based on your reading. Now, does that mean you can't go outside the textbook and look up more information? No, you can do that. And in fact, some of you have. But when you do, make sure that you're citing and referencing your sources. If you do not, it's plagiarism. And as I said before, plagiarism can get you suspended. We don't want to see that happen. So, if you're having problems with APA, please let me know. I'll set up a one-on-one Kaiser Live with you, as well as a or a phone call to speak to you and walk you through APA to tell you what it is and show you how it's used and when you use it. All right, so week 2, you have 2 discussion topics. One is on infection control. Make sure you read it and understand what it's asking. Again, if you don't know, let me know. I will clarify. And then response 2 is on environmental safety and workplace violence. So make sure you read it and understand it. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it for the discussion. Oh, no, I wanted to go over the rubric real quick, because that way you understand. I did this for the week 1 review and I don't coursework review, and I don't know that anybody looked at that, or if you did, you didn't understand it. So your quality of posts, every post should be 100 words, whether it's to me, whether it's to a fellow students, or you're answering the discussion topic question. Must be 100 words. If it is not, you will lose points. If you do not post the required number of posts on the required number of days, you will not get full points or met expectations for that section. You will lose points as well. The relevance to the topic, I'm going to look at, did you answer all the questions in the discussion topic question? Did you answer my questions? If you did not, you're going to lose 2 points for every question you did not answer for me. It takes time to go through this and answer these, and I'm trying to get you the knowledge you need. Contribution to the discussion. Did you post 4 separate posts on 3 separate days? And based on what you posted, if you did 4 separate posts on 2 separate days, you may have met expectations but lost points. Or if you did 3 separate posts on 3 separate days, you're going to be down in partially met expectations because you didn't do 4 separate posts. And then 2 separate posts, you're going to be in the below expectations section. Spelling and grammar. I take off a point for every spelling and grammar error I find. What I suggest is that you, when you get ready to write your discussion post, write it in a Word document, conduct a spelling grammar check, making the changes as you go through, copy your work, and then paste it into the discussion thread. And to paste in Blackboard, you must hit Control V as in Victor to paste it. If you didn't post the required number of posts, again, you're not going to get full credit. Depending on how many posts you posted and how many errors you had. So for instance, if you did 4 posts, you start off with 20 points, and I deduct from there for spelling and grammar. If you did 3 posts, you start off with 10 points, and then I go down from there based on the spelling and grammar errors I found. If you did 2 posts or less, you start with 5, and then you go down from there. And then APA guidelines, again, like I said, at minimum, you should be citing and referencing your textbook. At minimum. If you'd like to go outside of that, you need to cite and reference those sources as well. And again, if you're having problems with that, contact me and we'll figure that out. All right, so that's my video on discussions. If anyone has any questions, please contact me. I do not like giving grades like that. Usually in the first week, I usually do because everybody's coming back. I understand it's very overwhelming. But I need you not only to learn the material, but to learn to follow instructions, because as a medical professional, that is just as important as knowing what to do. Because a lot of times the doctors don't have time and the nurses don't have time. You need to be able to read those instructions and know what to do. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.